Hey everyone, it's Christy, and I'm here to bring you some more good news on how to receive all that's already yours, your inheritance that's already been given to you, so you can start living that abundant life that Jesus came to give us. Anything you could want in any area of your life. Before I get into this, I want to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already, especially if you're new to my channel and or if you haven't done so already. And also hit the like button and the bell icon so you can be notified immediately whenever I upload a video. And also to remind you that sometimes people need one-on-one coaching to stay encouraged through this and some help on knowing, what scriptures to apply to their life or what affirmations or assumptions or belief systems. Because sometimes we've been believing something for too long in our life that might not have been true. And so, well, if it doesn't make you feel good, then it's not true, right? So, I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is the fact that you do not have to be perfect in this, okay? I mean, we do have to keep a really good mental diet to see the promises of God or what we desire to experience, what's already ours, okay? You do need to keep that good mental diet throughout the whole day, even if you're doing certain practices or whatever to get yourself into that state of whatever you want by either scripting or visualizing, or as you're going to sleep, imagining or imagining, I use those words interchangeably, that you're whole and healed. But, like I said, throughout the day, you've got to keep that good mental diet. But like I said, too, you don't have to be perfect in this. And I want to give you an example of this. In the beginning of my healing journey, okay, it all started like 8 years ago, and maybe a year into it, I don't know. Before I knew what I know now, I was so in that desperate state, okay? Not knowing who I truly was in Christ, even after growing up in church all my life, ever since I can remember going to church. And so anyway, so the point is that during that time, I only like did what I knew to do. And I did know enough to know that at least a little bit that God was good and that he did care about me, back then. Now I know that, I'm one with him and my identity in Christ and everything. But during that time back then, I had this flower that my mom had given me. It was a crown of thorns, and she gave me a piece off of hers, and we repotted it and everything. Hers would always get only about this tall, and it would always bloom flowers all over it, little pink flowers all over it. Well, mine just grew like tall and it never got flowers on it for some reason, and I never understood that. So during that time, when I was in that desperate state, I was like, Lord, I was into showing me signs. I was into asking God for a sign, okay, that I was going to be okay. And so that was the sign I asked for. So he will meet us where we're at, but he wants us to meet us in the state of already having everything and meet us in the state of who our true identity is. But when I say he'll meet us where we're at, meaning he's always with us, he'll never forsake us. We're one with him. As he is in this world, so are we. And he said, I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. So that's what I mean. So let me get back to this. So I just started saying, I kept this thing in a laundry room, and because that's where it seemed like I could set it to where the most light came in, because I thought maybe the sun would help it. It needed sun or something, and I'd water it. And this thing, literally, it looked dead. And I would go in there every morning, and I would go with expectation, with tears in my eyes at that time, not knowing what I know now, just expecting to see a flower. And I wouldn't, and until the day, came, when I wasn't seeing those flowers pop up, I was like, tears would just flow, but I would keep persisting. I still didn't lose hope, okay? I still didn't lose the hope. And I guess now I know what happened, because I was expecting to see that, even though there was still some doubt there. I was planting a seed into my subconscious. That seed was producing that crown of thorns. It was a scene in my brain without even knowing it, with that crown of thorns having flowers on it, okay? And so one morning, I think it might have took a month or two. I can't remember exactly, so don't quote me on that. But one morning I went in there and there were flowers on it. Tears just flowed. I was just like, I was almost back then in like dumbfounded, like, oh my gosh, this thing never got flowers on it. He really does care about me. Okay. I don't need signs anymore. I know now that all I'm doing is lining my thinking up, whether it's healing, whether it's, prosperity, wealth, love, joy, peace in my life, or whatever it is. I just have to come into agreement with it for it to be unveiled, and so do you. We don't need to ask for signs. The main point of this video, like I said, is you do not have to be perfect in it, but for the most part, don't just let that go just because I'm saying that, okay? You still need to work on keeping that good mental diet. But I wanted to use that story to show you that he is always working inside, just like when you plant a seed in the ground, you've heard me talk about before in the parable of the sower, the seed and the sower. He is the power behind that seed, that thought that we're planting. So even if we have a little bit of things that might, dig that seed up a little bit or cause it to delay or whatever, it's still going to happen. No matter what, you are going to see your manifestation of healing, of prosperity, whatever you are agreeing with. So don't stop. Don't give up. I hope this helped you in some way. I'd be more than happy. Like I said, I have the one-on-one coaching. Go to my website because I want to see you experience the abundant life that Jesus came to give us, came to show us again, redo. Means it was already done at one point and we're just discovering it again. Resurrection means recovery of spiritual truth. We're unveiling. I was going to do this in another video, and I don't have, hold on a second. So he showed me this. I'm right here, right? Let me just add this to this since it just came to my mind. So I'm right here in front of you. You see me. I'm real to you, right? But if I put this up over me, you can't see me anymore, but I am still here. So when we're focusing and persisting on what we want to experience in this physical 3D world, we're just unveiling. And there it is. I was always there. This was just covering it up. Sometimes lies are just covering up your truth. So just use that as an example to help you realize you've already got it. You're already experiencing it. The spiritual is more real than the physical. Your thoughts are just a projection. They're an illusion. Not meaning they're not real, but they're just a projection is what I mean of what you're thinking. Just change your story. So I will talk to you next Monday, possibly in between sometime during this week. And if I don't end up doing another video before Easter, I just wanted to say Happy Resurrection Day and just keep remembering what that actually represents. Remember I said that means recovery of spiritual truth. We're just unveiling what's already been there. And that's what the whole thing about Easter and resurrection means, okay? And I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.